come from, I believe, the person who was favored in ranked. The player who finished the ranked season higher has swept the player who finished in the ranked season lower. Which goes to show just how much, because North America finished with First Killer in first, Daniel in second, and Jack in third. Just because it was leaked by Shift doesn't mean you need to be mean. Come on. But as I was saying, I've not been so many 1v1s recently. Show match that I happened to miss. Jack was shadowed and ready. Daniel waited just a bit too long. Make the save. Daniel now has Jack completely starved because of that decision and ends up playing the ball to the top of the net. Jack, strong first touch to the ceiling and back down to the ball to slam it underneath Daniel. A kickoff win absolutely capitalized on by Jack. Daniel to steal it away and just getting a favorable low 50. He's going to take this possession back into his corner. Daniel chasing him down. Forced to leave, though, and he pre-jumps immediately before Jack even starts his dribble. Oh, my goodness. This went so back and forth. And now Jack's just out of time. Now he has no choice but to try and play it as fast as he can. He takes an air dribble directly at Daniel. Back to it, not with zero boost. So that'll be a GG. Game 1 to Daniel. Daniel actually finds a way to corral this around. Can he play keep away? I thought he maybe had a chance for one last side flip to sneak it in inside the post, but there's a reason why Daniel is the top player, and it's because he recognizes it's a much better idea to steal the right corner previously. Jack has to save and actually just set up Daniel with an assist. Might not have been an own goal, but direct kickoff goal for Daniel. Jack flips away. I want to see what we can see on this kickoff, or at least dead center instead of hitting on a side where he can push through. Daniel makes it 4-0 in a minute. And to get Jack to use a little bit of boost that he might have, but Jack does use it, and he uses it to take Daniel off the map. Now, full field dribble for Jack. It's pre-jumps. Daniel's already in the air. Where is he going? He's flying to the other boost, but I think he might have confused Jack, and it works out beautifully. To get Jack to lose his dribble, Daniel, a pogo, and he makes it over the top. Jack has to throw him the nice shot. It has been quite a route to start this game. A delayed flip, and then a pop right as the ball comes to the ground. Jack, the wave dash power slide to position correctly as he wins this kickoff, but he doesn't get anything out of it. Daniel, the double off the sidewall, and come back in this game, if not work for the rest of the series. Although, as I say that, Daniel is going to get another one. Jack gets almost nothing from it. Certainly seems like he's got this one. But the problem with Daniel is as he looks to heat up, he expected to be able to handle it. Tried to pull off this air dribble, undercutting Jack. Not enough to stop him from gaining control, and Jack's going to be on the board. It will not be online to score the double. Daniel doesn't seem in any rush to bring the ball to Jack, and it actually works out. Kickoffs in every direction, too. A lot of times when people get stuck in a loop, too close to the net, launches it over the top, and now he's just styling, trying to get a nice double on his own net. Oh, that was going to be a very nice own goal. Daniel looks to match him. The no-look! You know, every time somebody hits a no-look, everybody in chat's like, well, he just lined it up before he changed his camera. It's not even impressive. He just lined it up and then changed his camera. Well, Daniel shows you that it is very possible to miss some no-looks. Now, 12-1 for Daniel. Can Jack bounce back? Be a great position to be in for his final match against First Killer tomorrow. Too early. You may remember what I believe was likely not to work out in his favor, and now Daniel's in trouble. Have to defend on 15 boost. Jack plays keep away. It was actually kind of interesting watching from Daniel's perspective. As Jack gets a read on where he's angled, just holds it. Already, Jack has scored twice as many goals as he did in Game 2. Daniel's about to tie it up. Slightly into the opponent's half. Just because they win the race to the boost. Start. Jack falls for this fake kickoff immediately. Wisty didn't fall for it like a single time. Just goes to show how impressive it was that he had the read. Although Jack happily falls for it as Daniel gets a full... Daniel might be looking for a hook shot here. Decides to play it a bit slower in order to see if he could get Daniel to make a move on the save first and not be able to follow it up. Great placement on the second attack. Daniel had just barely been able to turn back and make the previous save. Some classic pre-jump antics. This time it's a very short hop before he's back down on the ground. Jack looking to take boost on his way back to the blue half. Daniel actually chasing behind him had already grabbed that back corner, or this spawned right underneath him. Yeah, I was gonna say he had 100 boost. I thought it would take a heroic effort here from Daniel, and he tries to start with quite the heroic double off the back wall. Instead, it'll be a Jack goal. And it's no surprise that as people are getting better at them, they've also, but he's certainly had his fair share, if not the majority, here in Game 3. Daniel is the ball over Jack on his retreat. And he actually keeps it away from Jack, who wanted to cut him off early. Little reset to get the wave dash and guarantee the goal. So this one actually one win for Daniel. I'm sure a lot of people felt. But a 6-9 win, Daniel's going to hop into a different car. Daniel pulling off the air dribble. Doesn't work to win the 50. Turns in somewhat aggressively, especially considering his boost total. Daniel should have a tight angle shot here. Emote only mode, are you serious? I'm a Rocket League scholar. I have a lot of valuable insight to give chat. By putting it into emote only mode, you're depriving everyone of my knowledge and making the entire experience worse for all. How dare you? I've always said that about the mods. Jack going to tie this game. Election, how the series is going as a whole. Jack able to pop this ball. Daniel not expecting that as it comes off the back wall. Across the net to the top left. Jack has the first save. The follow-up from Daniel actually works out. Jack had no boost to work with. Gonna watch this again real quick from his perspective. He just couldn't quite get the save. He still controls it now. That flick is not it, and I'm not sure where he's going. Am I crazy? I feel like he could have made a play on the ball so far today. He's looking to try and capitalize on this position. Jack has a boost advantage on him, but he feels like if he plays it right, he can get a goal instead. And it's time for Jack. Air dribble bump. Jack gets around it. And should be able to get a possession here. I don't think Daniel's going to be able to hold on to it. In fact, Jack takes his opportunity to strike. Jack, did he do enough? Looks like he did. Or maybe not. Daniel does find a way to score it. Kickoff win for Jack. Daniel can't get back. Late into the time. Jack gonna take a low dribble at Daniel. Goes. Looks like we are headed to Game 5. Our first Game 5. Okay, I mean, if Daniel's just the 3-0 over Wisty as well. Is gonna need some tiebreaker to go in his favor. I'm sure there are probably at least a few more. Absentio rocks a plank hitbox. We've seen a couple players dabble. Daniel wins his first kickoff and looks to play the Batmobile game. If he was having trouble scoring these flicks against Jack before, well, he's gone to the right solution. Daniel, he wants to play the flick game. You can tell by the car that he picked, and he's showing why it works so well. This time requires a bit of a different flick. And what's going on here in the Danmobile? This 50, though, is not favorable, so it'll be a Jack goal. Yeah, it will be. Okay. Daniel threatening the ceiling challenge. Gets Jack to play the dribble really slow. And, I mean, you can't stress enough how if you haven't watched a lot of the ones meta, it may just look like Jack decided not to the net, and Jack gets to stay grounded to set up his play. He goes for an air dribble bump. Daniel gets around it, but a great catch from Jack. Daniel looking for a kickoff win, and I think he's got it and drive through it. So Daniel still Able to grab it. Can he find a way to bring this one back? How are his resets on the Batmobile? Seems like they're just fine. Jack gives him the nice shots. As he starts this one from the back corner, he has to corral himself around the ball. And he does it with ease. Daniel actually missed the midfield, which is why it seemed like he had actually given Jack a goal, but Jack takes a swing. Daniel is fairly low on boost. Still Jack's. The ball comes off just hard enough that Daniel can't keep with it, and it's almost impossible to do something with 0. So that's why it came down to that. GG's. Well played, says Jack. Daniel throws the GG's as well. A great finish.